Yes, a gap year in your studies does affect your admission. Stay tuned to find out how. In this video, I'll answer the most common questions related to gap years and how this can impact your study abroad plans. First and foremost, what are the types of gaps? Second, what courses and colleges consider a gap year negatively? Third, what colleges do not give much importance to gap year? Fourth, how to overcome any disadvantages of the year gaps while planning to study abroad. I'm Biruda Virkud, a Texas A&M alumna who has, over the last 2 decades, mentored over 12,000 plus students, bagged top admits in universities like Cornell, Columbia, CMU, TU Delft, University of British Columbia, University of Toronto, National University of Singapore, to name a few. So let's start with what are the types of gaps. Before diving further into how a gap year impacts your odds of getting admission to an international university, let's understand the types of gaps. Broadly, they are categorized based on the reason for the break. Work. A lot of students decide to study abroad after working for a year or so. Study. Students take a year to prepare for competitive tests and other exams. Third, emergency. Many times, a crisis in the family or personal health concerns make it impossible to continue studying or working. The impact of a year gap on studies abroad. The positive effect. Some instances for taking a break between studies that show the student in a positive light and can prove to be helpful are: first, when a student takes a break to build language skills. Second, when a student volunteers for development and betterment of their community. Third, when a student is involved in activities like online courses, internships, projects during the gap year which are related to a subject of interest. And lastly, when a student takes the responsibility of a family in an emergency, it demonstrates that they are mature enough, reliable, and in control of the situation. The negative effect. In some circumstances, a gap in education can adversely impact the chances of higher education. These are while taking an education loan or while looking for a job during and after a degree. What courses and colleges consider a gap year positively? Courses where applicants with experience are given preference, such as MBA degree, may consider a gap year favorably. Colleges like Harvard and Yale strongly encourage a gap year, especially to encourage volunteer work. So what are some of the key takeaways? As long as you can show that you were not sitting idle, even the best of the institutes will consider the gap year favorably. So how do you ensure that all goes well with the visa officer or the admission committee? First, give them a valid and legitimate reason. The reasons could be medical, family responsibility, preparing for entrance tests like GRE, GMAT, or gaining knowledge on a new skill or technology through a project, a certification, an online course, or research to keep up to date with the latest industry trends. Second point, also ensure that you explain a gap in education or career in the statement of purpose very convincingly. Stay tuned to our channel for more such informative videos on the application process.